Welcome, Gemini, to your energy reading. I hope you are truly well and that whatever brings you here today, that you get some answers, clarity, hope, inspiration, whatever it may be, Gemini. All right, so I drew from my Earth Magic Oracle deck to meditate on this reading prior to this reading, and I got the dance or celebration card. And what I wrote down for this is one thing that came to mind was the movie Footloose, right? And overcoming narrow-mindedness, right? We know in that story, the main characters is a young man who just moved to this tiny town, and there's strict rules. It's really governed by a local pastor who's very strict, doesn't allow dancing due to a past accident and a death of this guy's son, right? So he was very hesitant to allow this kind of celebration into the town. And the two main characters challenge this, right? And discuss how important it was to them. They arm themselves with statistics and truth and fight the good fight. Okay, so this is about dancing on this side of the victory. Dancing as exercise. You may be a dance teacher or choreographer. Maybe you need to dance as a form of meditation and exercise. Could be a professional dancer. This dancing could also be a way that you kind of bridge the gap with elderly people in your life. Things like, I think of like the Lawrence Welk show I used to watch with my grandmother as a child. Even though it seemed kind of boring to me, she was thrilled with it. And it brought up really happy, nostalgic memories for her. It was a way for us to connect when I was younger. This could be about connecting to your ancestors. This could be about this woman is dancing as if nobody's watching, is what I've written down. Dancing alone and becoming in harmony with yourself. Like, I'm feeling there's a side of you that may be too serious. Some of you may be working too hard and you need to dance as a way to let go of energy, but about bringing harmony to yourself, stopping out the negativity. If you are someone who sits down at the job a lot at a computer, um, or doing any kind of office work, you may need to, start moving your feet under your desk a little bit more to shake things up and to bring some inspiration. So this is about celebrating this side of the victory and dancing like nobody's watching. All right, Gemini, we're going to go ahead and jump into our tarot and see what Spirit wants to show us. So again, Gemini, you are truly welcome in this space. This is a general timeless reading. And so take what resonates, leave what does not. I'm going to honor that one. If it doesn't resonate, leave it behind. It just means it's not yours, but it may be at a future time. Or check out other readings with your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. Okay, all right, we've got 3 cards. Awesome. Pull this down over here. All right, we have the Ace of Wands. We have the Justice card. And we have the actually this one came out first. The Hanged Man and the Justice card. Okay, so we got some major arcanas here, some major energies. Okay, all right. All right, so Gemini, I'm feeling like there's several things coming up. And again, some of this may resonate for you. The whole thing may resonate for you. But we know the Ace of Wands to be about a new, fiery, passionate beginning, okay? And this doesn't have to do just with love, right? This is something that is going to be a real challenge for you if you don't know this yet. This new endeavor, project, situation, life path, idea that you have is something that's going to shake things up around you. Okay. So dancing can be a form of meditation for you, energy movement, something to kind of ground you through this, because you are going to be expending a lot of emotional and mental energy with this new path or endeavor. Okay. And it's a flame that you need to nurture. This is a flame, inspiration, guidance that you need to pour into. Okay. This is going to be creating waves around you, whatever this might be. You may be challenging, as the suggestion with the whole footloose, challenging old ways of thinking, your community, your family. Maybe you're the first one in your family to try something new, or to get away from the family business, or to go to college, or to move and travel. You might be challenging the status quo, and there's some things that you need to do to bridge the gap. Not because you have to please everybody, but because there's a narrow minded opinion in your family, your community, your workplace, maybe even within yourself. Okay. And you're going to take some bold action steps, whatever this may be. And it will be successful, but it is going to be a journey, and you may feel exhausted sometimes. So this ideal of celebration is going to come in all aspects of this journey. Okay. For meditation and grounding, for trying to connect somehow. And it can just be about the celebration of life too. Okay. It doesn't just have to be actual dancing, but about the celebration of life, celebrating culture, celebrating family. But you don't want to get wrapped up too much into how people think, because they're going to think what they think, right? You still need to do you and to honor you, but we don't want to burn the bridges as we go. Okay, I'm seeing this almost as the torch, right? Someone is passing a torch to you. Maybe this is a mentor, older family member. Maybe it's even giving it to yourself, like giving yourself permission to move forward with something. Something that will not be easily extinguished by the waves of life, right? Okay. In the traditional Rider Waite, this card has, right, it's a wand. It's a growing thing with new leaves on it. So this is a newer beginning, and you need to allow the leaves to develop, to blossom, okay, to really grow. So this is going to require some patience, Gemini. And with that, we have the two major arcana here, the Hangman and the Justice card. There is a sense that by moving out of the status quo, you might be losing parts of yourself. If there are ancestors or older family members that come into play with this, you're going to be challenging their perspective. And for some of you, this is about giving yourself permission. There may be that scared child within you that is afraid to do something new because something happened or you were programmed a certain way. And maybe in part you programmed yourself a certain way because of past disappointments, because you were afraid to take the new road, you were afraid to be seen. And for some of you, this may be in the creative fields, right? Maybe your family is very logical, and it's, nose to the grindstone, and what you see is what you get. And you have to work hard for all your life until you wear yourself down to the bone in a 9 to 5, right? Or doing factory work or working the family business. And there's nothing wrong with those things, but I feel like you want more, Gemini. And for some of you, this is outside the realm of what you would consider acceptable or people that are important to you would accept as being acceptable. Okay, and I see my little flame here starting to go out. Don't let your flame go out, okay? Don't give up hope. Keep yourself invigorated with this celebratory or this dance energy. Okay, you need to let your light shine and do what you love. Okay, so again, this may be in the dancing, the gymnastics, the the arts in some kind of way, or maybe you need to bring that softness to what it is that you do. Hmm. Right? There could be some people in your life who are kind of harsh, hard-hearted, that need to be softened. And it is about bridging the gap somehow so people can see what you see the way that you see it. It's very unique, Gemini. You see things in this special way that can really bring hope and inspiration to others, but they're going to need to see you do the journey. This is a truth only you can show to your line, your lineage, to your future line. And this could be within your culture group, your ethnicity, your community. It could be any number of things. Your light has been dulled long enough, and it's time to let that shine. Okay, this is going to be about bringing balance. Okay, so things may have worked this way before. So it's going to be about balancing your logic and your heart. Okay, your logic and your heart. And within that, the sun is going to come out. Okay, you'll be able to see more clearly. You being an air sign might be more prone to being in your head, right? Some of you may be feeling a lot of anxiety, and you might be sensitive to noises, to different sensations because of being overwhelmed. Some of you just might be a highly sensitive person and can be very much in your head, very logical, rational. But it's time to balance that out with the heart, because the heart is calling to you. And you need to feed that desire, to feed that want. Okay, you're being asked to trust the process. To trust that even though you can't see things unfolding, you need to dance on this side of the victory, okay? Because there is victory here for you, okay? So keep running your race, keep dancing your dance. Okay, and I'm seeing the two columns here as making sure that you give equal value to both your logic and your heart. Okay, they're just as important. Okay, so don't be afraid to look at things from different angles, trying other people's shoes on, so to speak, to get perspective, because in that, it's not just about bridging the gap between maybe older family members or having more cohesiveness. There's something about this that is going to unleash more creativity within you. So you're in that balance. You're being asked to not just do things to please people, right? There's a balance between pleasing people and pleasing yourself. But there's something about trying to be willing to see it from other people's angles, still making an informed decision and moving in that direction, but trying to see it from people's point of view so that you are more in balance with the heart. Something is hereditary, a passion. So maybe some of your future, your grandparents, great grandparents always wanted to do something. And somehow, for some of you, you may have inherited this. You may have inherited gifts and talents that you need to bring into your skill or into what you're doing. Some of you need to decide how you're going to utilize this gift or gifts. Some of you may need to allow yourself to be taught, right? And to pass that teaching on to others. So, gifts of storytelling is what comes to mind, or a particular dance of a culture. Passing down hereditary beauty. Some things have skipped a few generations for some of you. For some of you, this is going to be about future generations to come, making sure things don't get lost, right? There's a lot of people that want to rewrite different parts of history, and I'm not going to get into all of that. But it's happening all around us. So we want to make sure that we're strong in our convictions, our values, our beliefs, our culture, and being true to yourself at the same time. How do you live out your inheritance, right? Your legacy from your past generations to your future generations, right? Carrying that torch forward, whether or not you have children or not. You can teach others, neighborhood children, ethnic groups, social clubs, whatever, however this fits and resonates for you. Right? So for some of you, it's bridging the gaps between the older generation and the newer when it comes to technology, right? Balancing things out in your community. If you're heavy on computer skills in your family and you need to bring art into it, maybe you're all mechanical in industry and you need to bring a lightness and love to it. And in some of this, there's going to be some natural healing within yourself and the communities or groups that you're part of. About carrying that torch, celebrating life. Okay. Now we're going to close out Gemini with a note from higher self or your spiritual self. What does Gemini need to know? Okay, I feel like this one. I am my best company. I'm no longer afraid to be alone. Okay, beautiful. Some of you may have felt like your perspective, your viewpoint ostracized you, right? Like kept you apart from other people when it was about finding commonalities in with others, whether or not it's family, friends, or your area, or even yourself, right? Learning to be alone and operating, but also functioning as part of your society, your group is equally important. This is beautiful, Gemini. I hope this resonated for you in some way. Love to know how it did. And Gemini, I hope you have a fabulous day, a fabulous week. And until next time, stay grounded.